comes from Jesus' words that are in red. In a lot of our Bibles we have the letters in red, and we really think it would be good. As we talked about focus, we talked about focusing on God and focusing on God's Word and focusing on the words of Christ. We really thought this would be a good message series for us to try to think about how can we wrap our minds around focusing on God and on God alone. And many of you know, some of you don't know, but most of you probably know by now that we had that staff meeting on Tuesday, or that pastor's meeting on Tuesday, and really said, we got to focus on God. And that around 1:30 in the afternoon, and then 1:30 the next morning, I got a phone call that my younger sister Jessica had got in an argument with her husband and decided that she didn't want to fight anymore and took her own life. And so for this past week, my family and I have been in North Carolina and just kind of processing and working through that and just trying to wrap our minds around that. And we really kind of tried to, sometimes you have something like that happen and you decide it needs to be private. And then there are other times where you feel like, and that's kind of how I feel, is that the lessons that need to be learned from that can't be learned by me or by you unless we talk about it. And the concept of focusing on God really, really, really was burned into my soul a week ago Tuesday, when everything that I thought I understood about this world, everything that I thought I had a grasp on, kind of went away, and all I could do during that time and what I needed to do and what really helped me was focusing on God. And that if there's anything that we as a church need to do, I hugged Linda a minute ago and I said, how are you doing? She says, I'm great. The world's going to hell, but I'm great. And really, if there's anything we need to do in something like that is focus on God. Because it seems like if we can't focus on God and keep our focus on God, then we are going to get really, really, really beat up here. Emotionally, and spiritually, and physically. We've got to focus on God and the things of God. The world paints pictures for us. That, it's got this American dream. It's got the white picket fences. It's got, how everything is supposed to go. And it's different. It's backwards. We as believers don't live in accordance to the philosophies of this world. And so in Matthew chapter 5, Jesus begins to outline what the Christian life is supposed to look like, what the Christian life is supposed to be like, what it's about. And as we look, I want to invite your attention, Matthew chapter 5, verse 1. And seeing the multitudes, Jesus went up on a mountain,